Hello, beautiful ladies. I hope you are all doing well tonight. If you're here in Utah, it's pretty smoky. Didn't want to go outside for a walk. Yikes. So, did some other things instead, which is great for tonight's topic. We are in our Facebook live series, Movement as Support, Not Pressure. And tonight is session 3, creating a movement routine that actually works. And the goal for tonight is to really support you in building a sustainable, flexible routine that fits your life. And I just again want to invite you to get comfortable and sit in a relaxed position and close your eyes if you want. Just take a nice deep breath in and a slow deep breath out. And just arrive and open your eyes. And over the last couple of weeks, we've talked about why movement matters and how to let go of all or nothing thinking. So now we're going to talk about how do we actually make this work in our lives. And some of the barriers we've already talked about is the starting and stopping of routines, feeling inconsistent and struggling to stick with it. And I personally have experienced all of these, and I'm sure you have too. So that's just a part of it. And I want to ask you, have you ever felt like you start a routine and then life happens and it falls apart? Yeah. For me, when my personal routines changes, or if I get sick, it can just really disrupt everything. Most routines don't work because they're not built for real life. There's so many fitness programs out there that can really sound like a good option, but when you try it, there could be some barriers. Um, a lot of reasons are because they're too rigid, or they require too much time. They don't match your energy. They don't allow for flexibility. And they're based on what you think you should do. We often try to fit our life into a routine instead of building a routine that fits into our life. And I love the thought that sustainability always wins over perfection. It makes such a difference when it's something you can do every day. So, a routine that works is one that is flexible and realistic, one that's supportive, adjustable, and based on your life. So, instead of asking yourself, what is the perfect routine? You can ask yourself, what can I actually maintain this week? And examples could be 10 to 20 minutes on most days, or 2 to 3 strength days, walks when you can, and movement based on your energy. Your routine should support your life, not compete with it. This connection to your deeper work is recognizing that your body isn't the problem, it's the guide. Some days you're going to have energy for more. You can go longer, harder, faster. Some days you won't. You're going to cut it in half or even less. And both are okay. Strong days, lift, push, go longer, go harder. And on your low energy days, just walk or stretch. And tired days, you're just going to rest. Consistency doesn't mean doing the same thing every day. It means staying connected to your body. So I invite you to get something to write on if you'd like, and a pen or pencil. And we're just going to kind of write out some things that you in this moment feel would be really important to making a sustainable movement routine for you. And as we talk about these things, you can write down the examples or whatever comes right to your mind would be great. So the first question is, what would a realistic week of movement look like for you? And I don't want you to think of an ideal week or a perfect week. Just be honest with yourself. And some examples of this could be 3 short workouts, daily walks, stretching a few days. Start where you are, not where you think you should be. Now, this next part, I want you to keep in mind that you really want it to be simple. You don't want to sign up for a 5K this weekend if you've never ran. Another really helpful tool is attaching it to something that you already are doing every day. And that can be something like first thing in the morning when you wake up. It can be after meditation, if that's a part of your life. It can be on your lunch break or even after work. And as you think about it, what are some of the barriers that come up? What are some of the things that would keep you from doing it? Your phone? Maybe certain expectations from family or friends? It could even be deciding that you're going to work out after work, but you know every day when you get home you have nothing left. So if that's a barrier, working out before work could be very helpful. Maybe not having the right clothing or shoes. Or maybe even eating a huge breakfast and then wanting to work out. That could be a barrier. I'd throw up. And another thing I want you to keep in mind that you're not going to have a perfect workout every day. And that's okay. One of the things that I base my working out on is how I slept. Sleep for me was a huge barrier. And I had the mindset before that I had to work out no matter what, even if I didn't get enough sleep. And it impacted the rest of the day. And I was getting sick and I was feeling stressed. I was feeling overwhelmed. And I made sleep for me a priority. Um, on a side note, exploring sleep helped me realize that a lot of it was hormonal, that night sweats were waking me up. And I really took that seriously and went in and got some support for that. And I'm not saying that could be one of the reasons if you're waking up a lot, but that was one of them that I was able to modify or manage to help me sleep better. Another thing was stress, that I could not shut my brain off. It wouldn't stop. And so there's a few things that I've done to really help me with that, and one of them is having a really strong meditation practice. Um, and then the consistent workouts also help relieve my stress. So it helped. It just really helped uh, help me continue to be consistent. Um, One thing too that I've heard from a lot of women is going to the gym makes them really uncomfortable. And I get it. Like, I get it. It can be really hard to be there, especially if you've never done it before. It can feel uncomfortable and maybe even unsafe psychologically. But it's interesting because when you do go, you realize everybody's there doing the same thing. They're just like you. They might look different or have more experience, but there's resources that can really help you gain confidence. Sometimes even going with a friend for the first time. A lot of gyms have personal trainers that you can meet with. Um, so that can really help that barrier. I think the most important thing, though, is really listening to your body and making sure that you're connecting with your body each day, even after your workouts. Like, how did that go? How did that feel? Something feel off? Something feel hurt? Because that's your body talking to you, and you can really dive into that. Another example of that is my right hip causes me a lot of pain, and it's funny. It's not the working out that causes the pain; it's the sitting. So when I miss a workout, my hip hurts more. And I've been able to work with a physical therapist and just kind of work on strengthening those muscles that needed it. And that's what it was. It was a muscle weakness. So there's a lot of resources out there. Jumping into something really fast and really hard can lead to injury. You know, going out and running a mile or two when you haven't ran in years can, cause injury. So it's important to stay connected to yourself as you're progressing with your movement routines. Another thing too is keeping it balanced. You don't want to do the same thing every day. You do want to shake it up a little bit and move different muscles different ways, and kind of alternate if you can. So there's a lot of things that you can do that make it very attainable without putting too much pressure on you. And that, you know, waking up, not having a good night, feeling really tired, stretching or doing crunches or a walk can really, really help you feel better. And the more consistent you do that, you're building trust with yourself. If this is something that's really important to you and you are consistently doing something, that counts. And that trust just continues to build, and your body just starts talking to you more when you start listening. So if you do end up missing a day because of rest, that is okay. That's okay. There's tomorrow. And I just love it. I love having that mindset around it. Movement is not about doing more. It's about supporting yourself in a way that actually feels good. What? Working out can feel good? It is amazing when you listen to your body how good you feel. It is amazing. Um, One thing that popped into my mind that I didn't add with the sleep is prioritizing your sleep is a secret to being successful. It is so important to get the rest that you need. And we all require different hours of sleep. And when you tap into your body, she lets you know. Sometimes, like for me personally, 6 to 7 hours feels really good. And I just automatically wake up. And if I go 8 or 9, I feel like I could sleep all day. Like I feel like I took a Benadryl or something. So thinking I needed 8 hours of sleep really wasn't what I needed. It was kind of sabotaging my day. Another thing with that is my morning routines need to happen in the morning. My workout routines need to happen in the morning. I cannot work out after work. I have zero reserves in the tank. So sleeping for me is a priority for that because I schedule it before work, and that means I'm in bed early, and it has become the highlight of my day. And I love my bedtime routine. I love what I do to relax and get ready, and it just feels so nurturing and supportive. And I'll wake up, and if I had a restless night, I really tap in and what is it that I need. Another thing that I did that I'm not saying you have to do because I know I have an Apple Watch also, but I got an Aura ring and I wear it all the time, and it's really nice because it shows me how many times at night I've woken up, or how long it took me to go to bed. And sometimes based on how I first wake up and what the Aura ring says, I will not go to the gym. I won't. I will stay in bed if I can and get more rest. And so, like I said, there's lots of tools and resources out there that can really help you support yourself in creating a beautiful routine that really supports you. Um, I do want to. Hiking is one of my favorite things to do on the weekends. I wish I could go hike before work. But hiking is one of my favorite things. And I would love to hear, if you are local, if you would like to meet up for a weekend hike. And I'm thinking Saturday, a Saturday morning, if that's something you would like to do. And it doesn't have to be long. I'm thinking, a mile in, a mile out. And the terrain doesn't necessarily have to be difficult. There's a lot of really easy hikes, but I think it could be really beautiful to do a meetup hiking moment, and see if that's something that we like. So I know summer can be really busy, but if this is something you would like to do in the next few weeks, put in the comments and let's see if we can schedule it and get it figured out. It's just, I think it'd just be magical to us as women meet together for something that's really good for us emotionally, spiritually, physically, and mentally. So I'd love to hear your thoughts around that. Um, and I'm locally means uh, Salt Lake City area. I'm in South Jordan, but I go to the mountains, which is 30 minutes from me. So just a recap on our sessions. The first session, we talked about how movement supports your life. The second session, we talked about it doesn't have to be all or nothing. And today, session 3, we talked about how it just has to work for you. Working is success. You do not need a perfect routine. You just need one that you can do every day. So let me know how you feel about this. Let me know if there's barriers that come up or things that you find would make doing this really challenging. And you can put them in the comments or you can personally message me. I would love to hear it. And also, starting July 7th, we'll be doing a 3-day workshop about reawakening your purpose within. And this is just such a beautiful time to be together. It will be 6:30 Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and it lasts about 40 minutes, so it's not too long. It will take the place of our Wednesday Facebook Lives. So if this is something you're interested in, there's a workbook that comes along with it. Let me know and I'll send that to you. And I really hope you guys have a beautiful week. And I'm looking forward to next week when we get to reconnect. So keep me in the loop with how things are going. Take care, ladies.